Morning folks, thanks for joining me again. This time we're off on a 2-day adventure. A little camp, but not a wild camp. Got a fairly open agenda. There's only 2 things that are kind of set in stone, as much as anything's certain. I know where I'm camping, and also the reason I'm camping there is that there's a nice little pub just down the road. So there's a few firsts on this one. It's my first camp of any description since lockdown. Assuming the pub's open, it'll be my first pint in a pub, or hopefully outside a pub, since lockdown. And also my first try out of this Rook 65 backpack that I'm carrying, which is making me pant. So yeah, thanks again for joining me. We're just heading up now, away from Whaley Bridge, left the houses behind, and I'm heading up above Coombs Reservoir, so we hopefully should get some views down over Coombs, and then we'll drop down and hopefully get pitched up and savour a few pints in the pub a bit later this afternoon. Sorry about the noise, farmer mowing his field. I wonder why it's called Long Lane. It is when you go in this way. Nice views over towards Mac Forest. Good excuse to take a breather. Looking back the way I've come, just down towards Whaley Bridge. More or less up on top now, going to be heading down shortly towards Coombs. Great views over towards Coombs Moss, over on the other side of the valley, and the promontory at the end is Castle Naze, where there's an Iron Age hill fort, or the remains of. Cracking views. Right there in the centre, that's the little campsite I'm heading to. You can see a few camper vans there. Little paddock up behind them that's just got a few spots for smaller tents, and it's just a short stroll down the road to the pub. Got to walk past the pub first though. Courage and perseverance. Get the tent up first. That's the other end of Coombs Moss, towards Buxton. Come a slightly different way around the back of, there's a big radio tower up on the hill behind me, and we've come around the back of that, so whereas I thought we'd get some earlier views down over Coombs Reservoir. That's the first glimpse there. You can see the boats in the sailing club. Looking down on the village of Coombs again now, a bit closer. Hello. It's open. Just going to maintain my resolve, get this tent set up and come back down. Right, I've got set up and about to eat. Should be a quick look around my setup. Nice little pitch. I'm the only one on this paddock. Only holds a few tents actually. And not a bad view for the morning. On the other tent paddock. Only one tent, just some teenagers setting up, or young folks. Having a quick look round. Got the Banshee 200 and some clothes airing and tucked up the side my nice new Osprey Rook 65. First impressions, it was very comfortable. Done about 10 kilometres or 6.5 miles walking up here from Whaley Bridge. Yeah, just fits the bill. And it was a gift from a leaving gift from my ex-colleagues, so if any of them are watching, cheers for that, guys. Means a lot. Have a lot of adventures with that, I think. Moving inside, we have a Thermarest Neo-Air Venture and Snugpack Softy Elite 2, which should hopefully be nice and warm enough for tonight. It's not a cold night. And Trekology pillow, bit of a warm jacket for later just in case the temperature does drop a little bit. And that's about it. Well, it's a lovely spot here. However, it's about 2 o'clock and I'm going to check out the Beehive and then come back and make something to eat later. Very traditional. I've gone for the baked beans and sausages option. Old school. But I'm definitely going to eat them because it's something less to carry tomorrow. Can always rely on a good breeze up here. Been up here in big tents. Actually managed to damage a Vango Icarus up here. I knew it was pitched side onto the wind, unfortunately, because of where we were, but it stood up to it well. It's just one of the where the hoop met the ground. It didn't. Just too much stress for it. It was really getting battered. Yeah, but you can always rely on some wind and quite often some rain. But it's a lovely spot. That's the direction we walked in from before, or I walked in from before. Behind the hill with the radio mast to my left, and then it's like two crags in the centre there, sort of thing, or two rocky outcrops. I kind of dropped down to the left of the left-hand one, and then passed in front of the second one on the right, then dropped down past that farm and through the fields. Cheers. It's been a long time coming. So, it's not a bad way to spend a Tuesday afternoon. 4 whole pints of Deception IPA in the Beehive in Coombs, and yeah, I don't think I've had more than 2 pints in one go since bloody lockdown, so yeah, a bit different. Right, so walking back up to the campsite now. Have a bit of a chill out. Still all on my own in the field. So, settled in back at the tent. A few pints of Deception IPA. Not a bad way to spend a Tuesday afternoon. Just gonna have a bit of a chill out and phone Maria up in a little while when she gets back from work. But still, I've had to walk over hills and I've got decisions to make in the morning about where to go. What can you do? This is the view out the other door of my tent. It's looking up over, well, you've got the farm in the foreground, obviously, Owlgrave Farm, but then in the background just above the farm you've got Chinley Churn, which we've done a couple of walks on and a video on recently. A bit of a brew before I phone Maria. Here we go, old school beans and sausages, can't beat it. Well, you probably can. So just after 10 o'clock I've watched a film, I'm shattered, so I think I'll probably call it quits and see what tomorrow brings for the other half of my little adventure. Morning folks, just gone 7 o'clock and had a really good night's sleep. Woke up at about 1:30 briefly, and about 4:30 the birds started, and a nice song thrush. All it did was sing me to sleep again. So yeah, really comfortable night, nice and warm. But it's been raining. Can't remember exactly what time it started, but it's pretty grim outside. So I think the plan is, one of the plans was possibly to go across Coombs Moss and down into Buxton and get the train back from Buxton, but in this weather it's not worth it. So might just have a lie in. all the wet tent down and wander into either Chapel or Devols, and depending on how the weather is, and get the train back from there once the commuters have gone into Manchester and the train's quieted down. Yep, yuck. But that's the Peak District for you. Still peeing down. Managed to peg out the front door just to create a little shelter and make myself some porridge. But yeah, not showing any signs of clearing up. So I'm going to eat my porridge and see where we go from there. Well, more or less packed up in here. Got a lot of stuff inside the rucksack, and just got to wash my dishes up, and then try and find a slack spot to whip the tent down and just stuff it in a bin bag. And I think the weather being what it is, I'll probably just go down to Chapel on the Frith station and just get a train straight back. It's doesn't look like a pleasant day for wandering, to be honest. So, catch you in a bit. Right, so I got packed up double quick in a slight gap in the rain, and I'm just heading down to Chapel on the Frith and getting the train home. It's no joy in meandering about in this, so my little adventure's coming to an end. So unless I bring you back for anything momentous, thanks very much for joining me, and you've enjoyed my little overnighter, and as usual, much appreciated if you'd hit the like button or even consider subscribing. But for now, all the best and goodbye.